Hello everybody, and welcome back to Renegade Platinum. This is part 4, and this episode we will be eventually taking on the gym. But right now, I'm having a quick look at Lotad to see what held item to give him. It may take me a while, and I may swap it later on, but I do eventually give him the Miracle Seed. And I definitely do change it later. So, before we take on the gym, I did want to... Well, first off, you have to go into the mines, because you can't do the gym without going into the mines. But, I did want to level and evolve a couple Pokemon, just because the gyms in this hack, and I assume all of his hacks, Drayano's, I assume they all give the gym leaders 6 Pokemon. So I don't, maybe I could do it to a Turtwig and Lotad, but I didn't really want to try it. So I figured I would level and evolve both of them, just in case. Because while they do have 6 Pokemon, this gym at least, assuming you have something that's good against Rock, it's not too much of a struggle. Because when I first tried to do this, I built a team of 6, evolved them at least once, and they're all like level 16-ish, 16 to 18, and I ended up just sweeping the gym with 1 Pokemon. So I was like, well, that was a waste of time. So, this time, I'm going to just level up and train the current Pokemon on my team, instead of bringing in a whole bunch of new ones. And that should hopefully be enough. So of course, there are a couple of trainers in the mines that you can beat up for some quick XP, or some quick deaths. Give them some XP. That's always something I've always thought about, is why is when you fight trainers, or just even wild Pokemon, and they faint your Pokemon, they never level up. And I always thought it'd be kind of funny if they did. Because you can level up when you're fighting a trainer, or a wild Pokemon, but they can't. I don't know, I just thought it'd be funny if they could. But who knows? What was I just thinking? What was I thinking? Oh yeah, and also, I always hated it. I still do. I hate starting fights without full HP. And it just sounds really weird because obviously you should, but I hate it in the way that it just feels wrong to start a fight with a trainer and not have full HP, because they never do. It's do they just think what is this dude doing? Why does he not have full HP on his Pokemon? And it's no, well, everyone's trying to fight me. Also, do these trainers ever fight each other? I don't get it. You have those trainers that stare each other down until you walk in front of them, then it's a double battle. Why don't they fight each other? Doesn't make any sense to me. So the gym leader, Rourke, or whatever it is, in Renegade, actually offers you one of the evolution stones. And because of your Eevee, that is, and because in this hack they actually changed Eevee to evolve with only stones. Obviously Sylveon's not in this game, but all the other ones like Umbreon, Espeon, Leafeon, Glaceon, all now just evolve via a stone. So that's a lot better, really. Which is something they did kind of do in Sword and Shield, which I thought was surprising. But then they didn't do it with Umbreon and Espeon and Sylveon, but they did it with Leafeon and Glaceon, which was definitely fine with me. I'm glad they did something like that. But I didn't know that if when talking to Rourke about the stone, they will offer you them to you. You could pick Don't Know, and if you pick Don't Know twice, they just give you a random one. So I wanted to press Don't Know, so then I could go come back in just like a couple minutes after I've like looked into which stone I would need. So I was thinking about evolving to like Umbreon or Espeon. And I wanted to be 100% sure that I needed like the Sun or the like Moonstone, whichever the two are that you need for him. I wanted to check, but then... oh well. It's not like I plan on using... oh, Jesus. It's not like I plan on using the Eevee at all, but... would have been nice to pick. But I did think it might have been handy if I like picked the Waterstone for Lombre, but... I do find one kinda shortly. It's not in like in this episode, but also I was checking out like Lombre's and Ludicolo's movesets, and like Ludicolo doesn't learn any moves but via level up. So I'm gonna be using a Lombre for a long time. So I was looking through the apps because I wanted to find this one. And I decided to play with some of the ones I was looking at on the way, just because I don't usually see them. Usually, I only have like a few of them, and like they instantly give you all of them, including the ones that aren't usually available in the game, like the alarm, the stopwatch and the alarm clock or whatever. Those aren't usually available, I'm pretty sure. So I thought I would just give those a little play. And there are also just some other ones that I never usually get. But when I was going through all the different apps, it kind of just like hit me that maybe they should have changed the way you navigate through the apps, because it's kind of abysmal having to go through each of them individually, one by one. Like, it's just not fun. So it's kind of weird they did it that way. Instead of there just being like one big menu that you could pick from, instead of just having to scroll through all of them each time. But I don't know. Well, now it just doesn't exist at all. So thank God, I guess. It is weird that they always come up with these ideas and just scrap them. Like, I don't think we've had anything like that since Gen 4. But not even like Gen 4, since like if you count Heart Gold Soul Silver, it's literally just been Diamond, Pearl, Platinum. That was the last time we've had something like that on the bottom screen. But now there's not even a bottom screen. So, and that is something I do kind of miss, weirdly enough, is the bottom screen. I've said this a couple of times to a few friends, and I just think about it sometimes. Like, the bottom screen in Pokemon was actually pretty cool. And there's just a lot you could do with it, like the Pelago, AIM, I think it's called, in Gen 6, where you can like pet the Pokemon or whatever. It's just, and like, the thing I liked about Pelago, not Pelago, is it, I don't know, the thing where you can pet your Pokemon, I think it's just called AIM, or something like that. And I like how you could see the friendship right there, like just in that like menu, but you can't do that in Sword and Shield without talking to someone, like, to see what the friendship's like. I like being able to see the hearts. I really liked a lot of the features you could do with the bottom screen. I do miss like petting the Pokemon, giving them beans. I always love giving them beans. It was just weirdly enjoyable. But the thing was, I always felt like bad when I didn't pet a Pokemon in my party or like feed it. So like if I did one, I would always do all of the team every single time, which meant I spent a lot of time in the petting thing, probably more time than I really needed to. But once you got the rainbow like beans, it was way better, because then I think that built up like 2 hearts in friendship instantly. If you use like 3 of those and you're just golden. I ended up just doing that with a lot of Pokemon, because I ended up getting so many beans. And like, I'd use some in Pelago, but like, not that many. But oh well. So this battle's not going too well. This is partially what made me want to try and it's kind of annoying because Turtwig was just about to evolve too after this, but fortunately he did faint. So this is just what we're dealing with. Which I guess is not a big deal because we do eventually win, but it was pretty close. It's just like one thing I'm just not good at with Pokemon is remembering types. Like, as a kid, I'd always just remember like X Pokemon's is weak to like this move or like this type. Like I don't know. It never really like shocked me to learn the types of all the things as a kid. It's kind of just carried over into now, which is just not good. Not good at all. But oh well. It's no biggie. I still managed to beat every game. I just might look terrible doing it, which is fine by me. There would just be a lot of moments where I might send out Pokemon into the worst positions imaginable. And there are definitely battles later on where that will happen, so that'll be fun. So now that Turtwig is now a Grotle, Lotad is a Lombre, I feel like I am ready to take on the gym. So as I said, gyms in this ROM hack have 6 Pokemon, which is honestly kind of a cool change. But like I also said, it's kind of it can just be like a bit of a steamroll. So while Bullet Seed sucks most of the time, this already hits twice, like every single time, like that. I don't know why. My Bullet Seed luck has just been so terrible. And after it hit twice again, I just gave up and started using Razor Leaf. Because even though Razor Leaf doesn't have 100 accuracy, I figured it was just better than only ever getting 2 Bullet Seeds off. Because I think, yeah, 1 Razor Leaf is stronger than than 2 Bullet Seeds. I think? I don't know. But Razor Leaf seems to be working out so far. Apart from now where the Larvitar dig. But that's okay. They still do, I think they all have their original like Pokemon, and they just have more mixed in with the gyms now. So like I think all the gym leaders still have like all their signature Pokemon, and like I don't know what it is. Why do they use Rock for like the first gym in so many games? Like Gen 1, Gen 3, and Gen 4. Off the top of my head, there might be more. Because I know Gen 8's grass. Gen 7, I don't remember what that trial is. Isn't it like normal or something? I don't know. Don't think it's Rock. And then Gen 5. Gen 5 is the trio, isn't it? Which, and it changes based on your starter. Gen 2? I don't remember Gen 2. What is Gen... I don't know. I can't remember. But, as you can see, this gym was a bit of a joke. Which is okay with me, I guess. I have expectations that the next few are going to be harder. Or the next 7. Maybe the second one would be like too awful. But my team isn't really set up for a grass gym at all. And I promise you it's not when I get to the gym either, so might have to do some swapping around. Which is something I am currently like working on. My team it does not get better in terms of grass. I have plenty of grass on it, just can't deal with grass. So I figured I thought I needed to teach someone Rock Smash. And I still think in the original you would here, but It turns out you did not need to give a Pokemon Rock Smash at this point. But I was convinced you did. But I don't know. I guess I was wrong. Because there are no smashable rocks in the vicinity. So after that gym, gonna go heal. And then after that, we will act like we're gonna move to the next town. But really, we're gonna catch a new Pokemon. Which I didn't really intend on catching, but then like I ran into it and I was kind of like, you know what? You just gotta catch it, because you love him. Which is true for me. Which will be happening in just a few minutes, so I won't spoil it just yet. But first we have to run into life, and of course, they have to give us all their spiel about what they're doing. He's got no time to count. I don't know, I was in a stream like a few weeks ago, and people were talking about rivals and whatnot. And a lot of people were like, I don't like Harp, I don't like this one, I don't like that one, like Gen 6. And then people were like, I don't like Barry, and I was just like, what? I think Barry's one of like the best rivals. I don't know why. I think I did mention this before, but I just find him so funny. And he's competitive. I like that he's competitive. But I don't know. I guess I could see it getting kind of old, but I love it. So if it wasn't obvious, this is the Pokemon that we're going to be catching, because I might not be the biggest fan of like Rhyhorn or Rhydon, but I love Rhyperior. Rhyperior has to be one of my favorite Pokemon in Gen 4 and overall. It's one of my favorite additions though from Gen 4. Along with a lot of the other like new evolutions they made and just the general designs of Gen 4. I like a lot of them. And I don't think I've mentioned this, but just kind of like how they changed the evolutions to use stones. They also changed the evolutions for like trader Pokemon. So like once like Haunted a Gengar and stuff like that, or like Machoke to Machamp, you now just evolve them at like level 36 or something. Anything with like a trade evolution with an item, like Rhyperior, Dusknoir, Magmortar, those all now, that you just use the items on them like you would a stone. Which I definitely like. Also, I don't know why I kept that fight in with the Ponyta. I guess I just missed it while editing. So, my mistake on that one. But see, it's funny because this is an episode which I feel like has gone on a bit too, like it goes longer than like I would have liked. But I think it's funny because there are a few things that like I meant to edit, but then I didn't. And of course it happened in this episode, which definitely didn't help with the length, but it wouldn't have mattered too much in the long run. But I do think it's kind of funny that this is like one of the few episodes where I actually missed things that I meant to edit. But oh well. It's just hard when you get lost in the source sometimes. So this is something that's still in the game. Something from the original. And it is what I always liked about Dawn. How they used like Dawn as a way of giving the other starter Pokemon like a use. And like something I always like did appreciate in Gen 4 was that the other starter Pokemon did get used. Because that was always just something weird that like, and I still think it's weird that they don't always use the third. I think they do use the third one in most games now. Gen 6 I think they use both. Gen 6 they might not. No, I think they do. I think in Gen 6 they use all three of the starters. I think. Gen 6 we're questionable about, but I know 5... Well, 7 they don't. Yeah, they definitely don't in 7 either. Oh. I know they do in 8, kind of. I mean, like at the very end, they use the third starter, but... I guess it's really just Gen 4 and 5 they do it. It might be 6 as well. 6 they might. I don't remember. 7 they don't. 8 they do at the end. So I don't know, it's kind of weird that they don't do that. But it makes sense for Gen 4 to do it because they wanted you to see every Pokemon in the game. So you could finish the Sinnoh Dex. And let you get the National Dex. That's how you got the National Dex. So it just make more sense in this game. I guess in Gen 5 they did it too because they wanted you to see all the new Pokemon they added, because it was pretty much just like a soft reboot of the series. Sort of, in a way. I guess not necessarily of the series, it's just like a soft reboot, like take you back only like 155 Pokemon, I think. It was supposed to be just kind of like a Gen 1 all over again. Which was cool. And I guess that's why they did it there too. I did like having 2 rivals though. Gen 5 was cool because of that. But like Gen 6, they had like 50 rivals and they all sucked. Which was impressive. Apparently people don't like the Gen 5 rivals, which kind of surprised me. I thought people would have liked the Gen 5 rivals. But, I don't know. The only rivals I really dislike are like the Gen 6 ones. How is okay. Hop's better than I originally thought of him as. Like, he's kind of grown on me over time. But anything else, anyone else, I don't know, like May, Brendan are like fine. Gen 2's literally robs Professor Elm, which is pretty cool. Gen 1, you can't dislike Gen 1, can you? Gen 1 is perfect in every way. JK, I don't actually think that. So after that, this is something I don't remember happening in the original Platinum. But I might be wrong. Even though I did somewhat recently play Platinum, I still like... I don't know, I just can't quite put everything together if it was in the original or not. But after a quick trip to the Pokemon Center, we're back to this route and instantly in a battle. So I'm pretty sure you needed Rock Smash to get through this cave. In the original. I'm certain of it. But now that I say that, I am questioning it. So now I'm just thinking, why do you need to go do the first gym if you don't need Rock Smash? You must need it for something, because they wouldn't let you do that. Something... Is it like a grunt? Maybe a grunt blocks you? I don't know. It's been such a long time since I tried to go to that town early that I forgot what it is entirely. That like is blocking you. So I don't know. It's something I need to like look into again. But well, it doesn't matter now, because got the first gem. We're steamrolling through these trainers. So I will occasionally use the bottom screen to see if there are hidden items, because I don't know where all the hidden items are. I can guess, sometimes. But I will be taking looks at times. Which is kind of annoying on the computer, because I have to, like, use the mouse. So obviously this is a ROM. So it's, like, kind of annoying to, like, use the bottom screen. So I won't be doing it like too often, as like I would if I was playing on an actual DS. But like, I'll be doing it somewhat often. I'm not like a huge fan of using bikes. I feel like they're always just so tough to control. And I know I can like go into a lower gear, but I don't know. Maybe I should just do that. Now I kind of wish I'd like saw what was up here before doing the first gym, because there had to be something blocking you or someone. They just have to be. There's no way they just let you up here. But like the Pokemon levels kind of match if you were to do that at that point. Like the Spellsprout's like level 8, which isn't very high. I'm obviously like over leveled by quite a bit compared to these Pokemon. So clearly they like thought you might do this sooner than the first gym, but I don't know. I just can't think of what it is. So like so far these battles aren't too hard, but once I get through this cave, things seems to ramp up, and I have quite a lot of trouble. Maybe there is a rock smash in here, and I just like forgot about it since recording. That's always my least favorite thing, when you get right in front of something you want to like interact with, and then you fight a wild Pokemon. That just always bothers me. You know, like when you just turn around, like you don't even move, you just turn the character and like instantly you're in a battle. I hate that. I can't stand it. So this route took me a while to navigate through. Which was surprising to me. So first off, we have this trainer, who I can't remember if I lose to her, or if it just takes me a while. So I figured, yeah, got the speed up going, so it must take some time. I think it's just there's a lot of back and forth. Like I keep fighting trainers, or fighting a trainer, then like teleporting back with Ralts, and then coming back because I don't want to waste all my potions and whatnot. So for some reason, I thought Ralts Shroomish was part poison. I don't know why, considering I should know that he's just grass. Especially because he evolves into a... Like, look at that! He used Bullet Seed, and it hits me 5 times. I use Bullet Seed, it hits 1 time, like twice. Like, nothing more than that. Yeah, this Shroomish gave me a lot of trouble. Pretty sure Shroomish is just grass, right? I should know, he is like a staple in my Gen 3 teams. I'm pretty sure he's just... Well, he's weak to poison, so I don't think he is poison. Yeah, he's just grass. I always just think he's poison, though. But yeah, Breloom I know is grass fighting. Dude, Breloom Shiny looks so nice. I do have a Shiny Shroomish in Ultra Moon, but I haven't evolved it. The Shiny Breloom looks way better than I thought. Well, like, than I remember. I should try and evolve that. I really hope that Shroomish comes back in the DLC. Like, they announced, like, Walrein, well, Celio, and, Garchomp, which makes me very happy, because those are a couple of my favorites. And while I'm looking forward to that, I do hope there are some more announced, like Shroomish. If Shroomish gets announced, I'll be very happy. So I was, when they did that, like, 24-hour live stream, before the game came out, where they, like, showed that forest with the Galarian Ponyta, I thought they were going to show Shroomish. I thought he fit into that like so well. Especially when they were showing things like Morlul, and there was another Pokemon that made me think, oh yeah, Shroomish will be in here. I can't remember what it is off the top of my head, but I really thought he would be in there. And I was very surprised when he wasn't. But maybe he'll come back. I think if he'll come back, he'll come back in the Isle of Armor. That's it. I can't remember what it's called. I kept thinking Isle of Man. And I was only thinking that because that's what it's inspired from. As was you know, confirmed today or whatever. Or yesterday even. But yeah. I think that's why it was on my mind, because I was just thinking of that today. But now that we're finally here, there's still one last thing we gotta do, which is do the stupid little quiz and fight the 3 starters of the only generation left, which is Gen 2. But this quiz is actually one of the better ones, because while I might not know a lot about Johto or Gen 2, see, this just annoyed me. I just wanted to get this over with, but this quiz does kind of redeem itself near the end. I don't remember what I put for that one. I think I put, yeah, I honestly don't remember what I put for the orange apricorn. I think it must have been, yeah, I don't know. One of the two. I still don't know. I didn't learn anything. Once you do the third question, they just kind of give up. Which I can definitely appreciate. Because that's how I felt. But yeah, so another battle with the 3 starters, this time Gen 2. And, I mean, pretty much just goes how you'd expect. Just a few quick kills. Totodile was no match for a Lombre. And that's it. Another 3 Pokemon for us. But I won't be using any of them, so. But the thing that's really annoying is that you have to deposit a you have to have 3 slots in your party to get the Pokemon. They can't send them to the PC for some reason. Obviously take the held items, check if they're shiny, because I think the shiny, I don't actually know. I'm just going to assume the shiny like rolls as they give them to you. I really don't know. But with all that said and done, thank you for watching this part of Renegade Platinum. I really appreciate it, and I hope you enjoyed it. And I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.